with me through a glute session today. Today is my lower body 3. It's one of my favorite sessions of the week. It's Sunday. And today is mostly glute focused, and it's mostly single legs, so unilateral. I always get them mixed up, bilateral, unilateral, so using one limb at a time. So today we've got abductor, and we've got some single leg RDLs. We've also got some single leg hip thrusts and some hyperextensions, some reverse hypers. So it's all about the glutes today. Today I am training on only salt and lemon, so I've just made some changes to my nutrition lately because I've had some digestive issues, which I spoke about on my Instagram. I can show you the post there. So it's been a bit different these last few weeks. My energy has been a little bit low because of these digestion things, but now we are finally on the mend. So I feel back in business. I feel like I'm able to get strong again with more energy, and of course it's been a bit different because I'm not using any caffeine or pre-workouts, creatine. I don't have like hardly any supplements. I just got some vitamin D today. So it's been interesting, but it's actually been really great training off, just pure energy. I wake up at the same time, I'm super energetic all day. I don't have any like dips and troughs. So yeah, but anyway, today is about the glutes. I'll take you through my session with me and let you know some tips and tricks along the way. So I'm happy to have you here with me, and hopefully you enjoy this video, and I'll catch up with you in the gym. Ciao. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a seated hip abduction. So we're going to abduct, not adduct. So abduction is when you are bringing your hips away from your body, and adduction is when you're bringing them inwards. So we're going to be doing like a superset on each set, so it's 10 plus 10. So we're going to do 10 seated back and then 10 leaning forward, and it's going to be one set, so there's going to be no break in between. So what we're going to do is use these yoga pads, and the purpose of these is to give you an extra range of motion. So to give you an extra range of motion, because when you are bringing your legs out, you sort of stop here and you don't get to bring that glute into the most shortest position. So when you add the pads in, it's going to give you like just a little bit of extra range for you to go a little bit wider, so you can squeeze the glute a little bit tighter. So what we're going to do is pop the pads in. This is going to be my second warm-up set. So I just started and I realized that I hadn't done any stretching, so I just did a few stretches. So to put the pads in, what you're going to do is slide it in, then you're going to push your legs out, then you're going to hold this one with your hand, and then just slip it in there. So now we're going to seat back, as it's seated back. We're going to lock our body into position. We're going to hold the handles and brace your body down. And then you're going to push out to the furthest you can and sort of hold it there for like 1 second. Then bring your legs in slowly. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You kind of want to look up to keep your spine straight. 5, and try to keep your feet locked in the position. 6, pushing out with your knees, and then slowly bring to the middle. 7, 8. You should be able to feel your glute working by this stage. 9, 10. So that's the first warm-up, or the second warm-up set. Then what you're going to do is bring your body forward. So you're going to hold onto the machine, and then now you're going to push out with your glutes as far as they can go, and then sort of hold it for like half a second to 1 second as well. And then bring them back in slowly. So that's 2, 3. Try to push your glutes as far out as you can. Maybe keep your chest up a little bit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you can do more in the warm-up, you can do more, but you also want to sort of save your energy for your proper set. So the proper set's going to come next. And this set is going to have about 60 seconds rest. And this set now, you're going to try and go like pretty heavy, like as heavy as you probably could. Because now you're nice and warmed up, so you should be able to hit quite a heavy weight. And once you've been staying consistent over time, so now your body's kind of primed to this movement. So if you're just learning this, you might not want to go too heavy, because if you go too heavy, your body's not really used to it because you're just starting the program. But if you've been doing it for a while, you should be able to go pretty heavy on this third set, because it's going to be your first proper working set. So I'm going to give myself a little break. It's always a good idea to get out of the machine walk around and just loosen up your body a little bit, getting ready for the next set, because if you're still stuck in the machine, you're still stuck in that position, and you kind of just want to bring some more blood around to your limbs. So I'm going to walk around and then we're going to go for the next set. So I'm going to go for 270 here, and then I'll try on my second set to go a little bit heavier, or I might bring it down. Just depends on how I feel after this set. So let's go. Have a little walk around. So that was pretty good. I think I'm going to go heavier in the next set because it was like not easy, but I know that I could push through a little bit more. So we're going to do the whole rack, which is 290. I've also got this one here pumped up to 5 lifts. I don't know what that is in kilos, maybe 2 kilos. So if you can't increase the weight on the pins, you can actually just increase this one here. It goes up another 10 kilos, I think. So yeah, just make sure that when you are setting your reps and sets, you take note of these little knobs as well. Just in case last week you were on 0, this week you're on 5. Doesn't make too much of a difference, but just in case. So yeah, so I'm gonna have a little break, walk around, then go for the last set. And then we might even just do like a little back off or warm up set, but I don't think it'll be necessary. You also really wanna keep your core braced on these because it's getting quite heavy that you might cause some damage on your insides. Not much, but here we go. Okay. So we got 13 there, but the last few reps were getting pretty sloppy. So I think that's a good amount. It's quite taxing for the first exercise, but that was good. So yeah, no need to do any more, I think. All good. Now we're going to go for the single leg RDL. I'm going to do it with dumbbells. There's a few different ways that you can do it. You can do it like kneeling on a bench. You can do it sort of pulling from the floor. You can also do it like holding on to a support and from there. So I've tried different techniques over the last weeks. I do like this one where I set it up where I have a bench for support. So because I'm quite tall, the distance from the ground is pretty low. So once you get really heavy, to be able to hold yourself on a bench and support yourself on the way up can be helpful. However, you don't want to use that as the support to bring your body up. So it's just there just in case. So it's good to have a strap, like a wrist strap, especially when it gets heavy. We're going to start with just a warm up, just to get my body in the motion. So I'm going to use 15 kilos, and then I'm going to work my way up from there. I might even try today to see how it feels with 2 dumbbells, but I'll just show you what I've been doing recently. So that was pretty good. Whew. because I manage pretty well with the 30 kilos, which I think I've done like 32 before, I'm going to try and go for like a 35 or 40 and just see if I can do it. I'm sure I can. From the videos I can see I'm looking really lean, so I just want to really try to focus on maybe getting my food up in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, to be honest, I've been really careful with food, as in like this whole time after my competition I haven't really overeaten at all. Like maybe once or twice we've had like a party night, Josh and myself, my partner, but we've been very good at like balancing our meals and stuff. So I think it's been a really, really good off season, to be honest. Like this is my first time competing in so long, and the fear of increasing weight after the competition is sometimes, you know, a thought crossed my mind that I'm not sure if I wanted to compete again, because I didn't want to go through it, as in I didn't want to have like a terrible rebound or something. But I've proved to myself that I can do it now, and I just feel really good about it. And yeah, now it's just about getting more muscle mass for the future, for longevity, you know, making sure I'm super strong in the years to come. And it would be nice to grow a pair of glutes as well. And to be competitive, I'm not sure, like I would love to be able to, but now I know that it's a bit, I need to be very, very competitive, so I need to make that decision. And I'm not saying that I would change my values or anything like that, but if the opportunity came up, I would love to be able to compete again, and maybe in a different category, maybe in the Masters, probably. But it also just depends on logistics, finances, so many different things. So yeah, but for now we just keep it open, but I'm just happy to just be growing my glutes in the progress. So it's really fun. Anyway, rant over. Have some salty lemon power, and let's pick up the 40. So when you're carrying big heavy weights like this, it's much easier to put your strap on and pick it up from the weight bench. That way you're not wasting your time getting achy joints. So I can't remember which leg I finished on now, but I think it's this one. So I'm going to place my wrist strap on, and I'm going to first of all return this weight with the wrist strap on, and then pick up a heavier weight and see if I can get at least 8 reps with the next one up. So when you pick it up too, you want to be careful for your form. You don't want to just pick it up and bend your back over. You want to like pick it up like you're picking up a squat from the floor. There you go. And with the gold weights is you can't see the numbers. Okay, let's try for the 40. So I'm going to make sure that I've got my belt on. Then I'm going to go for the 40. Then I'll meet you back here. Okay guys, so the lady over there, she was just using the hip thrust. Okay, sure, won't be long. And because I am a little bit impatient, I don't like to wait, and I also want to do my exercises in order today. So I've just made an alternative on the Smith machine. This is for a single leg glute thrust. So it's a bit tricky, and the setup is a little bit tough because the Smith machine it doesn't go low enough. So this restricts it from going down too low to the floor. So what you need to do is get a bench, but then you also need to get a step to put your feet on, because you need to create like height away from the bar. So it's a little bit tricky. I probably wouldn't recommend it, but if you're desperate, this is how you would do it on a Smith machine. You can also turn the bench around the other way, and you can also do like a butterfly glute thrust, which I can show you after this. I'm just going to film this set, and then I will come back and give you some more details, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so it's not the best, it's okay. I managed to put 15 on each side, but the worst thing is that it's a little bit restrictive like on your neck. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel much more comfortable on the machine. Even though I'm lowering my body down with the weight, my neck is still kind of strained, so I'm going to try one more time with 20 kilos and see how that goes. But now I know for next time, don't try it on the Smith machine. Or do, maybe it's different for your body. I do see girls doing hip thrusts on the Smith machine here a lot. Actually over the machine, because the machine here is very awkward and the belt is super, like it digs into you really hard. And if you don't know how to use the yoga mat properly, which a lot of beginner girls sort of struggle with, I'll also try to give you some tips with those. With a yoga mat, it's best to try and fold it like long ways rather than long. Best to have it, vertical instead of horizontal, because it's less space for the belt to cover, so it's just covering this space instead of covering this space. Yeah, so let's try the hip thrust on the Smith machine. Single leg. Actually, it gives like a really nice range of motion, like it's a really short range of motion, but it just doesn't feel like it's working as much. But let's see, let's try it one more time and then maybe we'll put it in the bin. That one actually felt pretty good. Maybe I just needed more weight on the bar. Let's go for one more on the other side. It is good to rest between legs. Oh, wrong leg. Okay guys, so now we've got the hyperextension. So hyperextension is when your legs are going out away from you. So, and like pushing up, like your glutes are going back and behind you. So there's a couple of different ways you can do this. There's the hyperextension machine, which is where like a glute kickback, where you kick one leg back on the machine. And then we've got the Smith machine, where you can do single or double leg. At the moment in our program we're doing double leg, bilateral, unilateral, bilateral. So we're going to push both legs up at the same time. I do prefer, I like them either. I like these on the Smith machine much more than I do the machine. Reason why, because the kickback machine, it's got different settings. You can change the settings, which is fine. But I find being quite tall in that machine, there's always some kind of issue with the lower back. Like not really, when you know how to do it properly, but it took me a while to get comfortable on that machine. But I actually prefer this one. I feel like I can go a lot heavier, up to like maybe 25 or 30 kilos. So I just feel a lot stronger in the Smith machine one. So I'm probably to progress to stick to this one. And it's a lot more comfortable because you're lying flat and you've got like the padded bench. None of your body is kind of like, because with those ones, I feel like my hips are out of position, and my hips and my back is just a bit weird, but here everything's flat, everything's straight. So I'm one of those weird people, I sleep on my back. Like everything I try to do, like obviously not how I'm sitting, but like in a good posture, you know, so it's all about posture as well, like I think is really important also. That's coming from me who has terrible posture. But I mean, when it comes to doing your exercises, your posture should be like, you know, pretty good. Anyway, let's try it. I'll show you this one, hyperextension on the Smith. I don't think any of my clients have tried this one yet because I know it is a little bit scary and it does take a little bit of technique to get it properly, like to be able to feel it in the right place and to be able to feel safe doing it. And also, a lot of people don't feel confident because it's kind of embarrassing. Like, it's not embarrassing if you've been doing fitness for a while, but if you're new to the gym, I think the last thing you want to do is lie face down on a bench and do frog pumps in the air. So I've had that issue a few times with some clients when I've placed like frog pumps or something on their programs where it comes to like doing a thrusting motion. It can be embarrassing to some people because, especially when you're new to the gym, they don't want to be doing like air thrusts and stuff like that. So at least this one's an actual exercise, but you get what I mean. It's like some clients don't feel comfortable doing some types of movements, and also just because of the way that it looks, you know. Same thing as like if you got a super heavy person to do like a face down exercise where the tummy was on the ground, it wouldn't be very comfortable because, you know, there's a lot of belly fat in front of you, so it might not be something that they feel comfortable to do. So you also want to make sure that you cater to everybody's needs and you know, consider these things as well, which I think is pretty important, you know. Anyway, I will show you the exercise. Okay, so first of all, you want to make sure that your hips are right on the edge of the seat. So literally where your hip folds, that's where they should be. And then you kind of climb your way up, place your body straight down. Then you're going to lift your feet up, bring them as close to your back as you can. And then you're going to pop your heels on the bar. Try to make sure, see if they are even. You can either flick your heels out, your toes out a little bit, or you can keep them straight. I like to flick them out a little bit because that's going to get sort of more of the round outer glute. So I'm going to brace myself into the seat. You've got to be careful for your neck and your back. Most importantly is when you push up, it's going to feel heavy at the beginning, but once you get up, it's pretty good. You don't want to curl your lower back. So as soon as you get to this kind of flat position, you don't want to go up any further. See how my lower back is curled? So that's going to do like damage to your spine. So you want to just make sure that you stay low and then only come up just to here where your glutes slightly pop up a little bit, but you don't want to go any higher. And then you want to slowly release down, push up, release down. Hey guys, so with this one, I'm going to do a hyperextension. Gosh, I always get them mixed up with the names. Hyperextension, 45-degree hyperextension. So the problem with my gym, it's not a problem, this gym's amazing, but the angle on the 45-degree, I don't think it's a 45-degree angle. There's something awkward about it. So you can adjust the setting, but you actually have to adjust it from the floor. So it's very strange. It's not like traditional Roman chair where you can just like lift it up. It's different. So what I find is that the angle for me, no matter how I place my legs, no matter how I switch it up, if I try to raise it on a plate, if I try to bend my knees or do something different, it just doesn't hit the right angle as machines in other gyms. So I've reverted to doing it on the Smith machine, which is convenient because I'm doing another Smith machine today. I actually feel it a lot more. I still don't feel it as good as I do, say in another gym in Dubai, like Train Dubai Mall, they have a really good one. I think Binos, like here, just like the old school traditional one with no changey bits and stuff, that one's really good. So I've struggled to find the right kind of angle on this. I think I've got it locked, but also with the Smith machine it has different height settings, so you have to either have a plate or something to get the right angle because it has to be just below your hips, and any like inch further or higher it just doesn't work. So I've been playing around. This is the best angle I can find so far. I've got the bar pad and the high plate. So the reason the weight plate is there is to create a bit of height, because if I put this on the highest one, it's too high for me, and if I put it lower, it's too low. So do you get what I mean? It's like physics. So I tried with the step as well, but the step's too high. So this seems to be the right weight, the right height. So I've got a dumbbell and I'm going to show you my form and technique on this one. If you imagine, it's like I'm on the 45-degree hyper, but I'm actually just doing it on the Smith machine. So I do feel it very well, but it's a little bit hard with the weights to, I don't know, just like get the right contraction, but I'm gonna give it my best. So here we go. So I'm gonna turn my toes out. I'm gonna place the pad right on my hips. Make sure my toes are turned. Now I'm going to lower down, grab the weight. Then I'm going to lift it up using my glutes, okay? So I'm going to press my feet into the ground
I'm not going to use my back. My back is like floppy and dead, but I'm just going to bring my torso up using my glutes. So I'm not pulling with my arms. I'm literally just holding like a dead weight, and my upper body from my waist up is completely like flaccid. And I'm about to lose my headphone. It's the thing of going upside down is they always fall out. Okay, so you get the gist. So I'm gonna finish the set.
I'm going to do a single leg press now, but of course I've counted leg press with these nails, and some guy has left 3 plates aside. So thank you so much for leaving these weights behind. So now I have to use my last energy for my workout to deplate your machine, and then I can put my plates on. So thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Super kind and thoughtful. I'm glad that you're taking care of all the small girls in the gym here and able to not put your weights away. That's all I have to say. I don't mind putting them away. You know, I'm not lazy, but it's just like such a lack of respect, you know? If I caught my boyfriend doing this, I would, you know, like, he would never. With too much anger. But basically, I've just come to the leg press, and of course, every time I come here, you know, some guy been training legs and there's 3 plates aside. It's not a big deal. I don't mind putting them away, but like at the end of your workout, when you've got not much energy left, last thing you want to do is take the plates off that somebody else has left. I get it if you know somebody's going to be using it behind you, but like there's a lot of girls in this gym, and a lot of them are smaller than me, and I'm sure they want to use the leg press as well. And I'm sure they either like, you know, get put off using the machine because they can't even lift the 20 kilos to get them off, let alone 6 plates. But just something to be considerate of. Like if you're in a kind of public normal gym, it's just super, what's the word, courteous to like put your weights away, you know, like if you're strong enough to lift them, then you're strong enough to put them away, because I've seen some girls like this high, and you know, maybe they want to use the leg press as well, and they don't want to be taking off like 3 plates aside after somebody just can't be bothered putting them away. And sometimes I think it's like an ego thing, like they think it's a sign of like strength. by leaving the weights behind. But actually, like all of us girls just probably think, wow, you're super lazy. So when you're doing leg press, any type of leg press movement, you want to lock yourself into the seat. So grab the handles, make sure your lower back is really flat against the bottom and there's no like lifting up of your tailbone or gap in between your back here. So get into the seat, lock yourself in, get your legs up. We're doing a single leg now. So we're gonna have one leg high, one leg low. But this leg is like basically just support, like just tapping. You don't really want to put too much weight on this leg. It is very hard to not put weight on this leg, especially when it gets heavy, but you've got to try your very best. But also it's good there for that when it does get too heavy, you're able to kind of fall back on it if you need to. So we're going to brace ourselves in again after the foot is up, and then we're going to, I had to put my neck down because it's too sore. So we're going to push off from this foot, a little help from this one just to get it off. And then we're going to go from there. So here we go. So we had a little rest in between the legs, so now we're going to go for the other side. So we're going to do the same thing, we're going to lock ourselves in, place our feet up, and then we're going to lock in again. So get down. The higher the foot is, the better it is for your glutes. However, you don't want to go so high that you're going to be slipping off. So I try to put my foot about here. I felt the last one on my hamstring a bit more, so I'm going to try to make it a little bit higher. So I'm going to place my other foot on for support. I'm going to push off this leg. And then I'm going to brace myself in again before I start going. So let's get back in. Okay, let's go. The crossover one again from behind. So what we're going to do is loop this one on.
So we're going to step over the cable. And step over the cable onto the plate. Give your back foot room to slide through the empty floor space without hitting the plate. Then you're going to hold on, maybe to this one, Then you're going to increase the weight because we want to be heavy. Then you're going to bring your foot from inside you, outside. You're going to push it out. It's just a warm up. If you can find a cable that has these two handles, and especially if you're quite tall, it's just a lot better. You can just slightly step back and bend over and keep your back straight. If it's just this one, it's a little bit awkward because your gravity is moving, you know, so try to find the cable that has these, and if not, you can just use this one, it's okay. Okay, so we're going to change legs. Hardest part is getting the cable off. So then we're going to just slide this across to the other side. Put that foot on there. Push it. Slide it back. You want to also just bring it slightly forward of your other foot. Not too much, but just a little bit to give it like a bit more stretch. That's what we want. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me for my leg workout. I'm absolutely exhausted now. It's been 2.5 hours. It's been a lot longer because I've been talking and adding in extra bits. But I'm just going to do a few steps before I go home and have my post-workout. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my session. Here we go. So it's a lot of exercises, and I guess when I'm talking, I'm also burning a lot of calories. So it says 700 calories, but I think 400 active. But looking forward to getting home to Josh and to my clients and having a good post-workout meal. But please follow me for more content, and if you like this kind of content, let me know. If you have any questions about the workout or any of the exercises, please drop it in the comments below. Otherwise, save this, take inspiration, and thank you so much for following my journey. Way home now, walking back from the gym, which is probably not very safe at the moment because there's still missiles being intercepted. But you know, if you're gonna go, you're gonna go. So I'm not gonna let it like make me stay at home all day. But yeah, some nice buildings going up in Dubai. So it was a really awesome session. Took super long, like 2 hours or so, but because I was talking in between, I actually don't feel exhausted or tired. I'm hungry, but not like starving, gonna die. So I feel so good. So I'm gonna go home and have, I've got 3 rice cakes left because I ate 3 already before the session. It's supposed to be 6 rice cakes and 30 grams of jam. But we just switched it to honey because jam has pectin inside, which is apparently not good for the gut microbiome. So I'm gonna go have my 3 rice cakes and honey, and well, the rest of my honey, which is like 15 grams. And then I'm going to have rice and chicken. So that's my new post-workout meal. We're taking out the cereal, so I was having 100 grams of cereal, which is quite a lot of cereal, and I used to love it, like I love it still, but it's also quite a lot of sugar at once, which I'm sure the honey and the jam will have a similar amount of sugar as well, but I just feel a bit better having rice cakes or chicken. And the main reason we took out the cereal
is because I have it with protein powder, and protein powder has sweeteners. Not all, like you can buy a plain protein, which I just realized the other day. I could just buy like an unflavored protein, but I don't really fancy the taste of an unflavored protein, to be honest. So instead of having protein powder, I will be having chicken. So that's great. It's affordable, it's high protein. Just means that I don't have to change anything in my day. I just have to buy more chicken, which just means there'll be good price at home to buy anyway. So yeah, I don't actually really have to change much. And then in the morning I'm supposed to be having egg. Yeah, well, I have egg white pancake. So that has only been a challenge because I'm eating so many egg whites, because that's like the best form of protein next to protein powder, which is kind of easy and convenient. Then is, you know, chicken, salmon, beef, a lot of other protein sources, but just the easiest, fastest ones are egg whites, chicken, beef, which also don't have a lot of fats or extra things in it. So you got to be really careful when it comes to protein sources, as in if you use, say, like tofu for protein, it comes with a lot of other things, or beans or legumes, it comes with a lot of carbs. So yeah, there's not really many that are just like a pure protein. But sure, anyway, I'm going to start waffling. My arm's going to fall off. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me for my session, and I will catch up with you on the next workout, maybe an upper body day. Let's see.